Have you ever noticed those little things in your elderly loved ones that, at first, just seemed, well, a little off? Maybe it's the way they get winded after a short walk, or how they seem to avoid certain foods they used to love. You might think, oh, they're just getting older, and brush it off. But what if I told you that one small habit they've had for years, one that you probably never even thought twice about, could be slowly, silently putting their heart at risk? And the worst part, you could be missing it entirely. Imagine this: you've watched your grandmother for years, and she's always been the one who handles everything: cooking, cleaning, running errands. But recently she's been skipping meals, saying she's not hungry even when you know she always used to enjoy her food. Or your father, who's always been a go-getter, now sitting more, complaining of fatigue and not doing his usual rounds at the garden. You think it's just part of aging, but is it really, or is there something more dangerous happening underneath it all? Hey, race the thing. Heart disease doesn't always show up with obvious symptoms. It sneaks up, often masked by everyday habits, small changes that seem harmless at first. But these habits, they could be setting the stage for something far worse. Something that could rob your loved ones of their precious years. As a heart surgeon, I've seen it all. The people who thought those small changes were just part of getting older, the ones who shrugged it off as nothing to worry about. But time and time again, those small things, those overlooked habits, have turned into something much more serious. I watched families face heartbreak when they realized too late that the signs were there all along. But hey, race, the good news: you don't have to wait until it's too late. I know that watching someone you love age is difficult, and sometimes it feels like there's nothing you can do to help. But the truth is, you can make a difference. Recognizing these little signs, early stepping in before the situation worsens, can make all the difference in the world. It can ensure that your loved one's final years aren't filled with pain or fear, but with comfort, love, and dignity. And who doesn't want that for their family? We all do. By the end of this video, you'll learn about that one habit, the one that seniors need to stop right now in order to protect their heart health. I'm going to break it down for you in simple terms, explain why it's so dangerous, and give you clear steps on what you can do to prevent it from doing harm. Trust me, this is information you'll want to know, especially if you're looking after someone you love. I'll also share some powerful, easy-to-understand tips that can help you spot these signs in your loved ones before they become serious problems. It's all about taking action early, and I'll show you exactly how. Before we dive into the video, I'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed any habits or changes in an elderly loved one that you weren't sure about? Comment. I'm here if you're ready to take action and learn more about protecting their heart health. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, we've got plenty of essential tips for elderly care and health awareness that you don't want to miss. 2. Imagine your father, once vibrant and full of life, now reaching for fast food more often than a home-cooked meal. You think it's just easier for him, he's getting older. But let me ask you, could this seemingly harmless habit be hurting his heart more than you realize? That quick, easy meal might feel like the right choice, but in real it's silently putting him at risk. Fast food, processed snacks, and unhealthy fats don't just add weight, they put stress on the heart, causing cholesterol to rise and blood pressure spike. As we age, our bodies change. The metabolism slows down and the ability to process nutrients becomes less efficient. But these changes are more than just annoying, they're dangerous. A poor diet can directly lead to heart disease, a risk that increases as we get older. The body's ability to absorb nutrients like fiber and healthy fats also declines, leaving us vulnerable to conditions like high cholesterol and clogged arteries. It's not just about what we eat, it's about how our bodies respond to what we eat. And what you might think is just normal aging could actually be a red flag for something much more serious. Many families make the mistake of assuming that a little junk food won't hurt. But hey, race the thing, what starts as one meal a week can snowball into a habit that compromises heart health. High cholesterol, high blood pressure, and poor circulation are major contributors to heart attacks and strokes. These are real risks that many people overlook because they seem like such small changes. So what can you do? Start by encouraging healthier eating habits. Begin by offering balanced meals that include lean proteins, whole grains, and plenty of vegetables. A small change like replacing one unhealthy meal a day with something more nutritious can go a long way. You don't have to overhaul their entire diet in one day. Start small, make it easy, and build from there. Slowly, you'll help them form a healthier routine, and it will pay off in the long run. Now, moving from diet to another important habit, lack of exercise. let's talk about how being inactive can be just as harmful. Picture this: your mother, who used to walk around the neighborhood every morning, now spends most of the day sitting, watching TV, or resting. She says, "I'm just tired," and you think she's just slowing down with age. But is that really the case? Could inactivity be a sign of something more serious? When we age, our bodies become more fragile. But inactivity isn't just about being tired at a red flag. Lack of movement can lead to poor circulation, weight gain, and even weaken the heart over time. When we don't move, our muscles and cardiovascular system become weaker. As we age, this process speeds up. If we don't get our hearts pumping, it's like they start to forget how to work at full capacity. The more sedentary a person is, the harder it is for their body to keep up with basic functions like circulation and heart rate regulation. And this, my friends, is how we risk the heart health of our elderly loved ones without even realizing it. Now, it's easy to think that seniors should avoid exercise because it's too much for them, but that's actually a misconception. Even the simplest activities like walking, stretching, or chair exercises can have a profound impact on heart health. Keeping the body moving is vital, and it doesn't need to be intense to be effective. The truth is, every little bit of movement counts. Encourage short walks around the block, simple stretches, or light activities throughout the day. Help them get back to what they used to enjoy. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it has to happen. Even small changes can improve circulation and boost heart health. And while inactivity can lead to serious health issues, dehydration is another silent danger that many families overlook. Have you ever noticed that your loved one is constantly forgetting to drink water? They might even say, "I'm fine, I'm not thirsty." But if you pay close attention, dehydration is a serious problem, one that many families completely miss. We might think, oh, they're just not thirsty, but dehydration can cause their heart to work harder, leading to a whole host of heart problems. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at signaling thirst. What seems like a minor issue, forgetting to drink water, can actually cause low blood pressure, dizziness, and increase the risk of stroke. Without proper hydration, the heart struggles to pump blood efficiently, and the body starts to experience fatigue. It's a dangerous cycle, and it all starts with something as simple as not getting enough water. Many families assume that offering sugary drinks will help, but that can actually make things worse. Sugary drinks cause blood sugar spikes, which can add more strain on the heart, leading to other health issues. The truth is, water is the best way to hydrate, and it's often overlooked. So how can we make sure our elderly loved ones stay hydrated? Start by keeping water accessible at all times. Try setting reminders to drink or keeping a water bottle within reach. Make it easier for them by offering fruit-infused water if they're not keen on plain water. And most importantly, be proactive. Dehydration may seem like a minor issue, but it can have serious consequences for heart health. Now that we've covered hydration, let's move on to another hidden danger: stress. Imagine your grandmother wants to picture calm, now constantly feeling anxious, nervous, or on edge. She might not tell you how she feels, but you see it. She's always stressed about something. Maybe it's finances, family matters, or just the everyday struggles that come with aging. You might think it's just part of getting older, but stress, especially chronic stress, can do far more harm to her heart than you could ever imagine. When we experience stress, our bodies release hormones that cause our blood pressure to rise and our heart rate to increase. For most of us, stress is a part of life. But as we age, the body becomes less effective at managing stress. The heart and blood vessels weaken, making it harder to cope with that constant stress. And over time, this can lead to heart attacks or strokes. Here's where families often make a mistake. They assume stress is just something seniors have to live with. She's always been this way, they say. But chronic stress is not something to accept. It's something that can be managed. With the right support, it can be reduced. So what can you do? Encourage relaxation practices like meditation, yoga, or deep breathing exercises. Help create a peaceful environment, whether it's reducing the noise in the home or encouraging quiet time. Little changes can help lower stress levels and protect the heart. Next, let's talk about the final critical factor: sleep. Think of your elderly aunt who struggles with sleep. She tosses and turns all night, unable to find rest. You might think, well, she's just getting older. That's what happens. But let me tell you, poor sleep can have a profound impact on her heart health. In fact, it can be one of the most overlooked causes of heart disease in seniors. When we don't get enough sleep, the body doesn't get the recovery time it needs. blood pressure rises, inflammation increases, and arrhythmias can start to develop. Our hearts need that downtime to recover and repair. And without it, we put ourselves at serious risk. Some families mistakenly believe that seniors simply need less sleep, but in reality, they need just as much sleep as anyone else, and it needs to be quality sleep. The body doesn't age out of the need for rest. So what can you do to help encourage a regular sleep schedule? Limit screen time before bed, as it can interfere with sleep patterns. And make sure the sleeping environment is calm, quiet, and comfortable. Good sleep hygiene isn't just about quantity, it's about quality. It can make all the difference in maintaining a healthy heart. 3. Watching a loved one grow weaker, especially when you start noticing these small changes, can be heart-wrenching. You see them struggle to keep up with the things they once enjoyed, and each time it happens, a little piece of your heart breaks. But the hardest part is realizing that some of these habits, these things we might have brushed off as just getting older, could actually be contributing to their decline. It's a painful truth, but it's a truth we need to face. And I know, right now you might feel overwhelmed, maybe even helpless. But listen to me, you are not powerless. Understanding these signs, no matter how small they seem, is the first step toward helping your loved one. Instead of feeling hopeless or caught off guard, now you have a knowledge. You can take action, and that knowledge gives you the power to make proactive decisions that can protect your loved one's heart, their health, and their future. This is where the real change happens, when we stop reacting out of fear and start acting out of love and understanding. You may not have all the answers right away, but taking the time to notice these signs and recognize their importance is the most important thing you can do right now. By knowing what to look for, by noticing the habits that could be putting them at risk, you've already started making a difference. You're not just standing by, you're actively stepping up for their health, their well-being, and their future. I know it's easy to feel overwhelmed. We all want our loved ones to live a long, happy life. And the thought of them facing health problems, especially heart issues, can feel like the world is crumbling. But I want you to shift that mindset for a moment. Instead of feeling fear or dread, think of yourself as their ally, the person who has the tools, the awareness, and the love to help them through it. Instead of looking at these signs as something to be afraid of, let's see them for what they are: opportunities to act, to make decisions that can change the course of their health and potentially prevent a bigger issue down the road. Now you have the power to help to make sure that their heart stays strong for as long as possible. What's important here is that you can make a difference. You can reduce the risks, manage the habits, and ensure they live their best life no matter the challenges they face. It's not about fear anymore, it's about preparedness. You know what to look for. You know how to help them change the habits that are hurting them. And most importantly, you know that you're not in this alone. You have a whole team of resources, doctors, specialists, and yes, even your own love and care ready to support you. So let's stop focusing on the what-ifs and start embracing the what's next. If you've noticed any of these signs in someone you love, now is the time to take action. Don't wait until the problem becomes a crisis. Whether it's encouraging healthier eating habits, setting up a plan for regular exercise, making sure they're staying hydrated, or even just talking to a doctor about their stress levels, every step you take matters. It doesn't need to be a huge leap all at once. Change doesn't happen overnight, but every small action will lead to big improvements. The simplest things like offering them a healthier meal, reminding them to take a walk, or checking in on their mental health can have a massive impact. Your love and care can make all the difference. If you're feeling uncertain about where to start, don't hesitate to reach out to a professional. A doctor can help guide you, give you advice, and ensure that the steps you're taking are the right ones. But most of all, your presence and attention are what matter most. Your elderly loved one needs your help to navigate these changes, and with your support, they can stay strong for years to come. I know caring for someone in their final years can be challenging. It can feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And I know that there are days when you feel exhausted, unsure, and worried. But let me offer you a bit of reassurance: you are doing enough. Your love, your patience, and your awareness are exactly what they need. That's all anyone can ask for. You're their greatest ally in this journey. It might not always feel like it's enough, but I promise you it is. And hey, erase the beautiful thing: you're not just helping them live longer, you're helping them live better. You're giving them comfort, dignity, and a sense of security in their final years. Those things are priceless. And when you look back, you'll realize that the effort you put into making their life better now will be something they'll cherish forever. Remember, this isn't a journey you're on alone. Your loved one may be the one experiencing these changes, but you're walking this path together. And with love, understanding, and a little bit of guidance, you can ensure that their heart remains as strong as it can be. There's hope. There's always hope, as long as you keep moving forward with love and care. To recap, we've gone over 5 key habits that could be silently harming the heart health of your elderly loved ones. First, we talk about poor diet choices and how what they eat can either fuel their health or contribute to serious heart problems. Then, we discuss inactivity and how a sedentary lifestyle can weaken the heart over time. We also looked at the importance of hydration and how dehydration can stress the heart, making it work harder than it should. Chronic stress was another key point, and how unmanaged stress can literally increase the risk of heart attacks and strokes. Finally, we tackled poor sleep habits and how sleep deprivation can cause damage to the heart's ability to rest and recover. If you see any of these habits in your loved one, don't ignore them. Take action now. It's not about waiting for the problem to get worse, it's about being proactive. Little changes today can lead to a big impact on their health tomorrow. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once, just start with one thing. Whether it's helping them eat a little healthier, encouraging some movement each day, or simply reminding them to drink more water, every step counts. I want to hear from you, which of these habits have you noticed in an elderly loved one? Maybe you've already seen some signs of these habits affecting their health, or maybe you're just starting to recognize them. Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. How are you tackling these challenges? What steps are you taking to support your loved one's heart health? Your input might help someone else who's going through the same thing. Let's start a conversation and share what works. If you found this video helpful and want to stay informed about how to better care for your elderly loved ones, consider subscribing to the channel. We're here to provide you with more tips, advice, and resources to help you navigate the ups and downs of elderly care. We got plenty of content coming your way, so don't miss out. By subscribing, you'll be part of a community that's all about making sure our seniors live their healthiest, happiest lives. And don't forget to like the video if you found the information valuable. Every like helps us reach more people who need to hear this message. Thank you for watching and for taking the time to learn more about elderly care and heart health. Stay strong both for yourself and your loved ones. It's a journey, and with the right knowledge, love, and care, we can make a huge difference. Stay informed, keep applying what you've learned today, and remember, you're never alone in this. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll keep diving into more essential tips to help you care for your family's health. Take care of your loved ones, and they'll take care of you. Until then, be well.